Hi guys, it's Radeyah and welcome back to my channel RadeyahTV. It is the first time that I'm making a video since Ramadan has started, so Ramadan Mubarak to all of the Muslims who are watching. Today I'm just going to make a very quick video on a review of a book that I read recently, and it is Storm and Silence by Robert Thier. So this book follows Lily Linton, a self-proclaimed feminist activist who repels any idea of love or romance as she sees men as the enemy, the ones who are preventing females from progressing in life. Now that is until she meets Mr. Richard Ambrose, whose only rule is knowledge is power, is time is money. And yes, I said that correctly. The story follows Lily as she becomes more and more invested in Richard's life. So my thoughts on the story: the writing style was very easy to understand and follow, but at times I did feel as though the writing was a bit drawn out. I mean, look at how big this book is. I felt as though it could have been cut down a little bit, but I mean, I still enjoyed it overall. I personally thought that the story could have been efficiently written in less words, but it did not really take away from the story itself, so that I didn't really have too much of an issue with it. And I was still craving to know more about what happened in the story, which is always a plus. So the first thing I noticed about this book was that it was a resemblance to the construct of that of 50 Shades. There was the same construct of having the rich, seemingly unattainable man who had power over his little kingdom through his business ventures, and just a regular girl who just wanted to find herself. There was a particular scene which solidified this resemblance of the two series for me. It was when Lily approached Richard's office, his building, and she looked up in awe at the majesty of it all. And it was the same reaction which Anna had in 50 Shades of Grey when she saw Grey House. Okay, so there were moments when I thought that Lily's thought process was a bit forced, especially when she would deny any feelings that she had for Richard. I felt like the author really wanted to make the point that she hated men, which it ended up being sort of funny as opposed to, like, you know, making that point. But I did brush that off as Lily's mentality being that of a 19th century woman in London, so that maybe this is how they thought at that point in time. So now I want to talk about a subplot that was in this book. It was a love affair between Lily's little sister and the neighborhood's boy, Edward. Definitely worth mentioning because Ella is the typical do good in society, you know, do the acceptable thing, typical woman, and she's the total opposite of her sister Lily. And when Ella catches the attentions of one of England's lords, the girl's aunt, with whom they live, pushes a union between the lord and poor Ella. So Lily is determined to save her little sister from this unwanted union, in which she would be forced to forsake her secret love. This subplot was really entertaining to read and I did enjoy it. I don't want to give away too much, but this subplot was wrapped up neatly, really intriguingly to me, and it was definitely a very humorous touch to it all, which I really enjoyed and appreciated. So this ending was a complete cliffhanger, and I honestly did not even expect this ending. I expected a cliffhanger, yes, but definitely not the way this happened, which I think the author really deserves applause for. I was stunned, and honestly, the length of the book didn't even matter at that point because all I wanted was a sequel. I do own it, and it's actually like a quarter of this book, maybe less, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. I actually have not read anything much since the 2 readathons that I did. I felt like I pushed so much reading into those few days that I just needed a break. And on top of that, I had so many different things that I was doing at the point in time, so I just didn't get a chance to read so well. So hopefully that changes over the next few days. So just some random facts about this book. It is a tome, which means that it's more than 500 pages long. I may have mentioned this before in my Tome Topple Readathon wrap-up. So you can probably check out that video if you haven't seen it. I did take part in that readathon, and this is one of the books that I did read for that readathon. So I did take more than a month to finish this one, just because I was reading a few other books at the same time, and as I said, I did include it in the readathon as well. I would definitely recommend this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I did take off that 1 star just because I thought the same story with the same effects could have been delivered in a short amount of pages, and it did feel drawn out at times. So I did take off that 1 star for that reason. I would recommend this book to anyone who wants to get lost in a good historical fiction which involves mystery, romance, and a touch of politics. So that is my review of this book. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to be making a lot more videos coming at you very soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.